As an actor, what are the ethical dilemmas you have had to face in your journey?
Ethical in what sense?
एथिकल व्हेन इट कम्स टू लाइक ये सही हो रहा है कि बॉस आप जा रहे हो प्रिजन के अंदर और किसी को जाके मार रहे हो, या आप जा रहे हो यू आर गोइंग इनटू द एरिया वेयर यू want to go and write about that. So ethically,
the whole thing, the Joyce's entire journey in the film, if you look at it, you know, for me it was a when I was reading the script, I was far more conscious and far more apprehensive, far more nervous as to how I'm going to do. Also, I knew one thing, that Kanu Behel is someone who will like to get into the darkest of the area of the character, and I was, I wouldn't say I was prepared for it, but yes, I was in the process of preparing myself much more emotionally and internally for the journey, looking at his own at Kanu's reputation. It was, as you said, put it very rightly, there was an ethical dilemma and the conflict that one was going through. Never once I felt that, what audience will think. I was more worried about the family and the friends, because this is very new for an Indian actor. If you look at it, it's a very new thing, and that too for an actor who's already worked for 3 decades in cinema. So that came. I was grappling with that kind of a question, those kind of apprehension, nervousness. But never once it bothered me so much that, I sit with him and I discuss that. It didn't bother me that extent. Okay. It was all internal fight that I was fighting with my own self. It never felt necessary to have that discussion with my director because it was not that urgent that I felt.
So Manoj, my next question that comes in is like, do you think there's a comparison that you can differentiate between an actor and a journalist? Especially in this movie, because you're playing the role of a journalist and an investigative journalist. So if you can throw light on that.
Comparison between the actor and the character.
And the character.
And the character.
Yeah, absolutely.
I see we are in a country where actors are always mistaken as the characters, right? Or the vice versa. And whatever you do on the screen, people don't think that, it's the character that he's been playing. They start thinking that, he is the same guy and he also has the same kind of a vice or the flaws. So we are still, because we are so much used to watching mainstream cinema and we like mainstream cinema. We are the country who like to say that, leave your brain at home and then come and watch the film. And my only question is, why to leave your brain to go anywhere? That's too much of a risk. One thing is that I can't leave my brain outside. That's not possible physically. But also, why should I leave my whole wisdom and intelligence and education that I have worked so hard on, and now you ask me to leave it behind? No. So in this kind of a country, there is always a chance of being mistaken as the character itself. So there is, people never take this profession as that serious, because of the mainstream dominance. That now look at all the big stars and look at the followers, how they tweet about them in favor of them. They start. There is a Twitter gang. Am I right? So there are armies and Twitter gangs really fighting with each other for that particular actor. They never talk about the character that these stars have been playing. So this is that risk is always there. Actually, that is risk that we always do a film with all that risk, that people are going to mistake you as a character.
Kanu, you want to add something? I have a question for you.
Let me tell you one thing. Please, I mean, the few of the scenes that I have done. Let me tomorrow, if my audience or the people are offended by any act of mine in real life, they will always start making those scenes viral and telling people that this is what the character of Manoj Bajpayee is. So you are always running risk of that nature, that too in the time of such massive social media spread in the country and the influence of social media.